I finally got around to watching the Trumbo movie that Bryan Cranston starred in, and I gotta say, good acting. I mean, he completely immersed himself in the character. Writing, I don't know how good that was because, you base it on a real life story. You've already got pre existing material to embellish, to polish up. So, the story was solid, but that's not impressive because history did it for him. But the choice and focus on a registered member of the Communist Party for this story is fucking mind blowing to me. You see, my grandmother's dad, my great grandfather on her side, he was not a communist. He was just a working class American. And he served in the United States Army. Fucking 6 years. So that should have kind of exempted him from any of the witch hunts just to begin with, but it didn't. And my grandma and her three sisters, when they were growing up, the whole family was homeless for 2 years because of the blacklisting and shit. You know what that movie was about, focused on Hollywood, but it was nationwide. And they kind of showed that in the movie pretty well with the news coverage and shit they played every now and then throughout. But the problem is, if you're going to remind people of the bad things the right wingers have done, that's not it, because Trumbo was playing a game. He decided to defy Congress on purpose to get hit with a legal case that he knew he was going to lose right off the top. And he was playing this game because he thought with a 5-4 majority of liberals on the Supreme Court, he would win on appeal. One of the justices died, and he didn't. So he tried to fuck up the system, and he failed. Did exactly what the communists of the time were being accused of doing. And he used them coming after him to do it. So I'll give him that. He let them throw the first blow. That's smart, especially in terms of optics. But there is a huge difference between someone like my great-grandfather, who just wanted to look out for his family, have a roof over their head, food on the table, and some ultra-rich communist prick in Hollywood that thinks he's being subjugated. And, the witch hunts back then, the McCarthyism was wrong, but not because of Trumbo or anything that happened to that fucker. I mean, they actually treated him better than he could have been treated. Was it wrong? Yes. I'm not disputing that. But do people make a bigger deal out of it, especially given that he was an actual communist, as accused? I mean, to me, they're making a bigger deal of it than it was. The biggest deal to do with that era was the people wrongfully persecuted that weren't even fucking communists, okay? So, I don't know, the point of the movie's lost on me. Great on production, great on acting. I'll say solid on storytelling. But when it comes to who they chose to focus on to tell the story of the Red Scare, that was a piss poor choice. It's communist propaganda and therefore brings the score I'd give it, off the top of my head, maybe 4 out of 5. Nice solid movie. That's got to drop it down to a 3 because it's blatantly a propaganda piece. Even if it's propaganda, you got to be more subtle. Otherwise, you lose a point, fuckers.